Sisties. Sisters having conversation.
I didn't hear your clap.
Okay, no, but it happened. I promise.
Okay,
Yeah.
cool.
Awesome. Okay, so welcome to Sisties. Now we have,
Welcome to Sisties.
and now we introduce ourselves every episode, or do we
Yeah,
write an intro?
What you mean?
Like we have the intro jingle, and it's like, welcome to Sisties, a podcast in
yeah.
experimental sisterhood.
No. I don't think we need an intro.
I think we
This is our
should.
intro. I feel like our intro every time is figuring out how to intro.
Okay, I'm sure
But-
people will enjoy that.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm Aditi. I'm the big sisty.
And I'm Tushara. I'm the little sissy. Today I was talking to my friends.
Wait,
about what
pause.
my rap.
And
What?
so I'm so sorry. That was extremely rude. I will cut that to pretend I didn't do it. But we just have to tell people that this is a podcast, which is an experiment in sisterhood, where we try to do this once a month and catch up and talk about our lives and relive some of our best memories.
Do you have to say that again, or can we use that?
I think we can use that.
Okay, cool.
Cool. Sorry. Go
Uh,
ahead. You were saying.
Yeah, your rudeness aside, we were talking about our rap names today, and I decided I wanted to be a lil something, because I think it's just really hard to say lil in an Indian accent.
Mm.
But yeah, someone said I should be Lil Sisty.
Oh, that's pretty
So-
good.
Yeah, I'm Tashara, I'm the Lil Sis.
Nice.
So, also speaking of, we should introduce our jingle. So, my friend Paul, who I referenced in the 0th episode, he wrote and composed and recorded the jingle, the intro that you just heard. And it's so nice. I
It's
just love it so
amazing.
much.
It's
So,
an amazing
yeah,
intro.
just
Shout out to Paul.
shout out to Paul. Yeah, so this is just appreciation for him. I think he wants to make another one because he's not happy with it.
He's
So,
welcome
let's
to,
see.
but
Yeah, why not? He just wants to record it again. But yeah, it was really great. So thank you so much, Paul. And I think he's one of like the podcast's biggest fans. One of them? Yeah,
that's
one of our biggest
amazing.
fans.
We
Yeah.
should overlay like an applause track now, just to for Paul to get in like an audio
Woo!
sense of no, like a recorded one, not us, like canned applause.
Okay.
Yeah, like
This one's for you, Paul.
yeah, and it'll still have
think
like a premiumbeats.com, like an audio watermark over it.
Or if we don't get that, this is gonna be really awkward.
Yeah.
But
Now we have the
Yeah.
option though. So.
how's the podcast going over in your friend circle?
I
How is
think
it?
people have listened to some of the little clips, like the short edits that I've done for the Instagram. I think some of them have listened to a little bit of it. I've got a lot of feedback from my friends back home, and a lot of shade about how we've been doing this infrequently, mostly my
Oh
fault.
yeah.
Yeah.
We need to call attention to that. So, the 0th episode was largely us arguing about how often we should post, and that has all not happened. So I think just before we started recording, I think we decided we'll do this once a month. So Paul, I'm sorry, you're just gonna have to wait a little longer in between episodes, but I don't think anyone else cares. So that's all good. And yeah, we just haven't been like committing to it as much as we thought we could. But yeah, I think we need to get our social media back up also.
We do. I think
Just
yeah, that's on me. I did update it once, but I think we could do a lot better than that, considering I work for a tech company,
yeah.
dabbles in social media. Yeah, I think that's on me. I should be doing a better job.
Yeah, I think it's so interesting actually if you think about it. So I've been off most social media for like 4-5 months almost now, and that's only because I was so into it at one point. Like I feel like a lot of my personality is the internet, which is scary because now I'm off it. So that's interesting, and it's also nice because like not nice, but it's interesting. How many times can I say interesting in 30 seconds? But yeah, because you work for social media, and I, as much as I love it, hate what it does to me. Like I just, when I'm on Instagram or Facebook or whatever, it's just such a time suck and just disgusting, and you feel really bad when you realize it's been 2 hours and all you've been doing is scrolling. And I don't know, it just really messes me up. I feel like it's bad for me. It's like bad for my health. And
But yeah, I accept that criticism, but I would also contest that because I think it's a bit arbitrary because it also enables you and empowers you to do so many things, like us being able to talk across, space and time or whatever. But to me, it's about how you use it and you being the gatekeeper of choice between, deciding that you don't want to use it or you want to step back, but we're still able to have this conversation, right? So that's more about like each person's moderation, and like kudos to you now that you have it.
yeah, no, I wish the ideal scenario would be still have all my platforms, like have it on my phone, but not feel this incessant need to always be on it, or not feel shitty when I use it. But it just, that's just the way it works. So that kind of sucks. I'll come around. Eventually I want to get back on it because it's just so nice. I love documenting things, and that's a fun way to do it. So I feel like we're really low energy this podcast.
No, I don't think so. I think this is a very invigorating, very thoughtful discussion.
Vigorous conversation.
Vigorous.
Is that what you said?
No, I said invigorating.
I know.
Yeah, but vigorous just sounds like a bit obscene on a podcast about sisters. But I don't know, just an interesting phrase. But it's been a very busy, vigorous weekend for me. Had a lot of plans, a lot of things to do, and also because we had to leave Kat for boarding at a friend's house. So that
I think you need to introduce Kat because we haven't brought her up yet.
Oh, okay. Maybe she can be our first guest. She's not around yet, but yes, I have a cat called Kat very unimaginatively, and she's crazy. She's a little psycho. But due to some housing laws, we had to temporarily rehome her in a friend's place. And so what happened was I was supposed to leave her at a friend's house, and that friend also has a cat. So as soon as I brought Kat over, they both started hissing at each other. Yeah, it was really aggressive, and neither of us had ever heard our cats make those kind of sounds. And then we were like, okay, like they're both female cats who've been the only cat in the household for a very long time. They don't really know how to socialize. And we let Kat out. Kat gets out of the bag, and as soon as this other cat sees her and she's like, who's this up in my space, she ran after her, and then like they got into a literal cat fight.
Oh my god.
Yeah, and it was crazy.
Did they scratch each other?
They were like a ball. It was like a cartoon ball. And they were like rolling around together, and they rolled from one room into the other room, hit the wall, like rolled into the bathroom, rolled back into the room. Yeah, it was crazy, and it was really scary because we were like, they were trying to kill each other pretty much, and then we managed to separate them, and they were still both hissing, and it was really sad because, to be fair, like for Kat, she was in foreign territory, and she didn't know where she was or who this was and why she was trying to attack her. I don't know if she can comprehend that it was another cat, and she was just attacked in a space that wasn't her own.
She doesn't know that that's a cat. She just knows she has to attack it.
I mean, it was self-defense. She didn't attack her. She was attacked.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
But also, to be fair to the other cat, it was her space and she felt territorial. But anyway, so that didn't work out, and then Kat calmed down a little, and then my friend Johnny, who very kindly offered to ask his twin brother to house Kat. His twin brother who doesn't have any cats in his house, so we put Kat back in the bag, and as soon as we put Kat in the bag, we realized that there was a little poop in the corner of the room. So Kat basically, like, she was scared shitless, quite literally, and she let out. I was like, I don't know how in the middle of a fight, like, you just push one out, drop a quick one.
It makes sense. Oh my god, do you remember? Okay, so it makes total sense. I would, and I mean, also the phrase now has more validity, right? Like,
yeah, it adds some
shit
credibility.
your pants because you're so scared. It's so sad. But no, I'm just thinking about Wally, our hamster. We had a hamster, I think, in 2012, 13.
Yeah. Even before that, I think. It was before I went off to college. So.
Yeah, so 11 to 13. And his name was Wally. And he was the sweetest thing. This one time we put him in a hamster ball, and we put it on its stand so he couldn't run around. He was just like fixed. It was like a hamster wheel but a ball. And yeah, he just got really nervous and he peed in the ball, and that was like circulating with him. Like, he just got splattered, like, yeah, on the walls of the ball, and it was so sad. And we just took him out. He must have been so nervous and just like scared and didn't know what was happening. So yeah, that just reminded me of that. Speaking of animals peeing, this one time we pet sitted a pet sat. Oh my god, can you cut that out? We pet sat for one of Akka's. Oh my god, this is so weird. One of what do I call you?
You.
One of your friends, when her friend came to pick up the dog at the end of it was like a week or 3 days or something like that. And even though it felt like an entire summer, that was such a great summer because we briefly had a dog. Yeah, when they met or when they reunited, like Delcy, the dog just peed all over her. It was so sweet.
Oh yeah, we have a nice library of animal peeing themselves stories.
Yeah.
But Cat is now happily at my friend Greg's house. I mean, he wasn't really my friend. He was my friend's twin brother, but now we're friends, I guess. Mm-hmm. And as soon as she got to that house, she was really chill and she was walking around and just having a good time. So we're like, okay, I guess we can leave her here. And as it turns out, we actually can bring Cat home. We went over today with the intention of bringing her home, but she looks like she's having such a fun time, and yeah, and they're also really enjoying her. So we're like, you know what, let her just hang out here for a couple of days and then we'll bring her back. But I miss her so much because she's always in my bed or on my head or like, just bothering me, and yeah.
I don't think, I think we need to make it apparent, and I guess we will as the episodes go by. Kat is just a very important member of our extended. I mean, she's immediate to you, but for us, like, she's just very present in our lives, almost more present than you are to us. Like, in our family group chat, we literally just communicate, or at least Akka, Aditi, Sisti communicates by just sending us pictures of Cat. Like, that's how we start our days. Like, I'll send some smog pics, talk about the crippling pollution in Delhi.
Your pet.
And yeah, and then Akka just sends some pictures of Cat, and that's how, like, we greet each other. It's like, not through good morning texts, but yeah, with pictures of Cat.
Yeah.
I want a dog. Really badly.
Yeah.
I feel like I'll know I made it in life when, one, I wear pajamas to bed every night. Like, I mean, not silk necessarily, but like pajamas that have like, the collar and the buttons and the matching pants.
Oh wow.
Because I feel like that's a very, I have my shit together, I'm living a decent life kind of attire.
I think that's not more than a decent life. That's like private jet.
No, maybe.
To me, it's just functionally, why do you want to have like those kind of clothes to live with? And what happens to like all your like ratty t-shirts from college or from...
I'm sitting in one of them right now, but yeah, see, I get what you're saying. I think I'll still have those and I'll still use them as like home clothes.
No, but then why not have silk home clothes with a collar?
I don't know. No, but just listen to... I don't know. When I see people in their pajamas, I'm like, damn, they've made it. So I feel like that's one, and the other like point in my life I want to reach is when I get a dog, because I know I'll be stable enough and like have the means to take care of it. I don't know, I just love dogs so much. But I don't know, the thing I wanted to talk to you about for this catching up segment of the podcast, I don't know if we introduce it like that, but whatever. This is that. It kind of, I don't know if I should say it after we talk about the main story of this episode, but whatever. So we met last week. Yeah. So we went back home. We went back home for a wedding. It was our first cousin's wedding. Her name, should I use her name? No, it's okay. Our first cousin.
I think you can mention her name. We can bleep it if we...
Pavi.
Oh no! So much editing.
We'll get her permission and then see. But yeah, so it was Chiku. Let's just call her Chiku.
Oh, that's a good code name. Pre-existing code name.
Yeah, so it was Chiku's wedding. And she's our first cousin. So it was, I think, the closest wedding we've ever been a part of. So it was a very big deal. We flew home for that. But what I wanted to like just bring to this discussion before we get into the whole wedding part of the podcast was that on my way back, I just had the best time because somehow I got first row window seat, and I was just like, I got my guitar. I brought my guitar to campus this time, which I usually don't. But I had that, and then I had my journal. I was reading a book, and I was just looking out the window, and like the sun was shining. It was just so nice. I don't know why that like trip was this flight was really memorable, but it was. And I was just like toggling between writing in my journal and reading, and then I'd look out the window and you'd see these weird land structures and formations that like I just whenever I see something from on top, like look at a mountain or a plateau or whatever, I always think of how different it would be when you're actually there. But it just looks so beautiful from the window, and I just took some pictures that definitely don't do justice to it. But it was just like, so sometimes I get overwhelmed by like the beauty of nature. I know that sounds really lame and cringy.
It sounds like William Wordsworth.
Who that?
Didn't you do like 12th grade
Wordsworth
English?
sounds familiar.
Okay, wow. How much? I don't know how you did. I guess we can bleep out your English marks. But
No.
but yeah,
I got
he did a
above
lot of
90 for
Wordsworth
sure.
poems, and he wrote about just being in a park, and he would write like a 5-page poem about like every little bit of nature, and he would personify the clouds, and like he'd be like, "Ooh, that cloud's so sexy."
Oh, that's me. Oh my god, I kid you not. I used to have a series on my Snapchat back when I used Snapchat, where not a series, but I just like post really
A
attractive
Snapchat
clouds.
series is just like the most millennial thing ever.
Okay, it wasn't a series. I just like post whenever. I don't know. I just.
But yeah, no, but to kind of reflect what you were saying, I had a very terrible flight back.
Yeah.
So I fell asleep on the tray table, and I had a dream that I woke up from the tray table and our flight was crashing.
Oh my god.
And it was a seamless dream, so it was really messed up. And yeah, and we were...
Did you cry?
No, but I remember just like feeling a lot of turbulence and my ears were popping, and that was happening in real life. And then my dream was that we crashed for some reason somewhere in South America. Not crashed, but we had like a sudden landing, and we landed in these like rice fields. And then people
my
started
God.
getting out, but they started drowning for whatever reason. They were really deep and people were
Whoa.
drowning. And
But
then
at that point, sorry to cut you off, but at that point, did you know it was a dream?
No, I didn't. It made
So
sense.
South America was plausible.
It was plausible. It was
Did I
like
just
because
say
I had
America? Sorry.
no, see, I think it was just the context was that like I didn't know what the context was because I had been sleeping, right? So in my mind I'm like, oh, like what, I've slept through all of this stuff, and like maybe it was hijacked, I don't know what happened. So it felt really real.
Damn.
Yeah, so we landed there, and I remember looking at my phone and thinking like, oh no, I have no reception, and I was like, this is it, like, oh no, I can't call them or tell them anything, and I was thinking that you guys are gonna find out about it on the news, like I was thinking about,
oh my god,
yeah, like I was like, oh, I am 100% gonna die, and I was trying to plan ahead to think about what would happen, and it was very morbid. It was so morbid. Yeah, and then I woke up and I drooled all over my arm. So yeah, I guess that's the silver lining to that story. But yeah, I think the main thing to talk about was our recent trip back home and the wedding. Oh yeah, trying to take a turn away from this. Yes, the wedding.
The Kalyanam.
The Kalyanam, yes. Maybe we can get Paul to make like a little jingle for this also, or we can just play some music behind it. But it was
Mridangam in the back.
yeah, little Mridangam beats. I think this was a beautiful, amazing wedding. Like I feel so warm and fuzzy about it because Pavi's our first cousin, the closest wedding, the closest to our age wedding. Makes me a little sweaty, I'm not gonna lie. But yeah, it was so beautiful because it's Pavi and Bara, and they've been going out for like
Chiku and
Mangustan have been going out for what, like 3 years, and and they've been so close through that time, so it's so nice to see them like tying the knot, and I really like him, and I'm so happy to welcome him to the family.
He's a good egg.
He's a very good egg. And I think the wedding in general, it was really beautiful. It was really nice. It was a little bit...
It was crazy also.
It was crazy. Indian weddings are crazy. It's like a marathon.
Okay, do you want to just talk about like our entire like just recount the events? So like first we got there. You came home a little later than expected, but we all landed up in their house for the mehendi, which is where you put mehendi or henna on your hands for fun. I don't know why you do that, but it's crazy. Like Chiku had to. This is weird. Chiku had to do like from her like hands all the way up to her elbows almost, and then on her feet, which took forever. We had some fun with the lady who was doing our mehendi. Whenever I was telling my friends about this, I made it a point to include this. I feel like we had some mad banter with her.
We did.
And we did. And the thing is, we assumed she spoke Hindi because she seemed to be from the north. And so we were talking to her in Hindi, and both of us were butchering it. Yeah, terrible. She was, I'm sure, laughing at us on the inside and the outside. And then halfway through, while we're like sweating bullets trying to communicate with her, she turns around and talks to someone else in Tamil. And we just felt so cheated. Like, you could have like saved us a lot of embarrassment. Not that our Tamil is like that much better, but yeah, my favorite part was I got my mehendi done, and then I like pretended to clap in celebration, and she got so pissed.
She was not impressed with our humor.
She wasn't. But I think she liked us, definitely.
I think so.
Amongst all the kitty aunties and the, I don't know if I want to shade Pavi's, Chiku's friends, but I don't know. I feel like we gave her a fun time.
I think we did.
We weren't just hands on a pillow to her.
Exactly. Yeah, we were people. Yeah, there were people behind those hands.
Yeah.
But yeah, so you were saying the mehendi first, and then the sangeet in the evening, which is, where it's kind of like if anyone has any like strong beliefs in Bollywood, and it's kind of where Bollywood leaks into reality, is at the sangeet of a wedding, where everyone prepares and they learn dances, and then the girl side and the boy side, and they have different groups of people that come and perform at their wedding. And that was, I think, the biggest fear for us, because we weren't there for any of the practices. We've just been seeing these videos on WhatsApp that were a little bit cringy or not really our style of dancing, and just trying to learn a little bit, and barely seen anything, barely learned anything, and we just kind of showed up there like the closest cousins, not knowing what to do. But I think we managed it. I think aside from you deserting me on the dance floor.
Oh, that was also like one of the highlights of that trip back home.
A great moment where
that moment, yeah. So, there was a song, I can't remember which. All of them are like very upbeat, like lots of jumpy, like fun songs. Okay, and so Akka and I were standing on the sidelines, really debating when we should go in and make our presence felt, because we didn't know any of the steps, but it's pretty easy to like just jump in and copy what everyone else is doing. So we're like, okay, cool. And so I kept saying, should we go? And then when this new song started, she was just like, yeah, and she went ahead. And I didn't, because I wasn't ready. I was just asking if we should go.
Yeah, so essentially, I thought that was an invitation. So then I was like, I answered your invitation with a yes and walked on stage and started dancing. And then I turned around to realize that you were still on the side. I completely just stood there, had no idea what I was doing, just kind of copied everyone.
It was amazing. We need to find the footage from that dance and we'll post it on our socials. It was amazing. Like, at least from where I was watching, she was struggling so hard to keep up. I'm sure like eventually I did jump in and like we all danced together, and
a different song, and open floor is not the same.
But still, it was amazing. And the best part was there was a part of the song where you had to partner up and like swing, dance in circles like with another person, and because she just jumped in and didn't plan to be there, like, she just had to hop to one corner alone, and then eventually you found someone. I don't know how. Wow. So that means at the other end there was one person who was alone and didn't expect to be. But wow. I don't know, I was just dying laughing.
She deserves it. Serves her right, knowing all the steps. But yeah, that was, the sangeet was a lot of fun. Then at the end of it, everyone got up and danced, and like I just love like kuttu dance. It's amazing. It's just like the traditional. It's like the dance of the streets of Tamil Nadu, right? It's like the everybody dance, and
It's like folk dance, I
yeah,
guess.
but it's amazing. Oh, I love it so. I'm here for it. Is that? Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's young enough.
Yeah.
But another like weird but also like good part of the Sangeet was when Mangustan proposed to Chiku. Like,
Yeah, he did like a little solo performance with a proposal in it. Oh, that was beautiful. Oh, I just
it was
cried.
really nice.
I kept crying. I was very emotional. I was just like, oh my baby. I mean, she's older than me, but like, oh, my girl's getting married. Yeah. It was
really weird that he proposed to her the day before they were getting married, though. Like,
Did
that's
he?
a bit.
No, I mean, I think that was
shady.
just for everyone. Yeah, I don't know. It was just like a performance. So I used to have very mixed feelings about Sangeets, because I'm like, why, if it's your wedding, why are you putting in so much effort to entertain other people? You know, it should be for you and about you. And I'm really, I love the open floor idea where anyone can dance. But when I saw like the performances, the people watching it enjoy it a lot, and the people doing it also, and it looks really great.
Yeah,
like there is
fair.
a difference in the energy of practicing, and I was like, yeah, I think that would be really nice, and I would love it to have my friends choreograph something and do something together. Like I would absolutely
But not
love
you.
to see that. But not me. No, actually,
I guess
I like dancing. I think I would enjoy it. I would quite enjoy doing it.
But I feel like I'd enjoy it more if I wasn't a part of it, and then I just saw it on the day of. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, but that usually I think that's the case where you don't know your friends' dances. That's a surprise to you, but then your dance is what you know. But yeah, I guess they do it a little differently each time. And then the wedding itself was also really
2
nice.
days after,
yeah, 2 days after, because you need a break in the middle, obviously, for Indian weddings. And then and it was very stressful, not gonna lie, and very, very high energy. And like halfway through, I was kind of whining. I was like literally just going up to Appa and being like, I'm cranky, I'm hungry, and I'm cranky. And it was really hot.
Yeah, it was.
But by the
Go
end
ahead.
of it, it was like, I think we looked so good. We looked beautiful, and like we showed up really well, I think, and without compromising too much on our outlandish personalities that we have to tone down a little bit to be at home. Yeah, I did have a couple of like breaking points though. Expected, like I assumed, or I thought that the breaking point would be a bunch of people like making some comments about how I'm next, and
Which happened.
it did happen. It did happen a bunch of times. But it wasn't too bad. It wasn't like a lot of pressure like I've seen Pavi go through, Chiku go through.
I feel like next time it happens, which next time is gonna be your wedding, but no, next time it happens, like when people ask you those questions, you should always respond with like really weird answers, like, oh, no, I'm already married, like, didn't you come for my wedding? Like, or be like, yeah, something like that. Be like, excuse me, I'm 13 years old. What are you saying? But yeah.
That's really good. No, I had one of my colleagues gave me an amazing answer. He's like, if anyone ever tells you like, oh, it's time for you to get married, bring home a 14-year-old boy and say like, he's a little young, but he's really mature and we're in love. And then everyone's going to be like, no, don't rush into it. Wait, I think you should wait. So, I mean, there are a bunch of different strategies, I guess, for you to avoid people trying to tell you how to get married. But I guess people will always, like, when you go to these things, there's always going to be relatives who tell you how to live your life. Another nameless relative, but well-meaning. I understand that all these people are well-meaning, so it's a bit unfair to be completely rude about it. It's like, it's their way of reaching out or saying that they care, even if it's very misguided or roundabout. But yeah, lots of comments on. I had a lot of really like non-positive comments about my hair. Like people were like, "Oh, you look different. You look vibrant. How colorful of you." Like these things where nobody says like nice hair, or they just want to acknowledge it. They want to tell me that they've seen it without telling me that they like it. It's a very considered compliment. And if you can, not even a compliment. It's just a comment. It's like seen. Acknowledged.
Now, for those of you who might not know, her hair is red.
Yes.
So.
Yeah, they left my hair on red. It's exactly. Yeah.
Oh yeah, wait, that makes perfect sense.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, good job. So, yeah, the wedding was a lot of fun. Before the wedding, we had like a little get together at a villa nearby. Played lots of Mono Deal, ate lots of cake.
Call it Monopoly Deal, please, for the
Oh, sorry.
fans back home.
Okay. Paul, what do you call it? Let us know.
You can't single out a fan even if he's amazing and wrote our jingle.
He's our only fan.
No, you're alienating everyone else who may or may not be listening right now.
I'm sorry, but Paul just deserves it. Also, I think we're serious. Please email us, sistiespodcast@gmail.com with a declaration of your dedication to our podcast.
Yeah, we've had a lot of interest, but not all of those have converted into pledges of allegiance to our contract, to our podcast.
So,
it's not that hard because, like, when you join, like, Scientology, they make you sign a 1 billion year contract. So, honestly, it's just an email. It's not a lot of commitment that we're asking for, and you guys should really email us.
yeah, we were slightly disappointed in
In
all
you
30
guys.
of you.
Yeah. 30 is a big number, Tishi.
We have 30 on YouTube. Like
It's
30
probably
views.
Probably us, no? Like, or bots or something. I don't know if bots can email.
I have some friends.
Okay.
Okay. But no, going back to the wedding, I don't know, the actual day. So yeah, so the night before we just had a night where we just played some games and like got together. I feel like we really got to know Chiku's friends, who are such riots. Like, they're so fun, and I feel like they're Tamil funny. Like, I don't know how to explain it, but they're just really funny, and they like speak in Tamil, and just like, if you understand, you get it, and if you don't, even if you translate it, like, it doesn't really make as much sense or like deliver the same punch. I guess that happens in most languages, right? There's just some things that you can't translate.
Yeah,
So
a lot of things
we
get
just-
lost in.
yeah, we were just laughing the entire time. It was great. But then the actual day of the wedding, like she said, it was really hot and like stressful. And can I just say, like, props to you, because you were there the entire time. It was really great. Like, you did the most. I didn't as much, but it was really nice. I think she really appreciated that. So yeah, it was a good wedding. It was cute. And everyone was really like nicely dressed and colorful, and we had the best yellow sapad I've had in like
Yes.
a while.
I think that's the best part about Indian weddings is like you eat off a banana leaf and food is just so delicious. It's like the best food in the world. It's like, so the beauty of it is I think that it's like a buffet, but the food comes to you.
Mm-hmm.
So I think it's such a brilliant concept. It's like a lazy buffet, and it's completely organic, and there's no waste, I guess. I mean, there's some. It's mostly biodegradable waste. It's not as much plastic. It's not disposable plates because the plates are biodegradable.
Yeah, I think we should explain it a little bit better. So like that you eat on a banana leaf, and these people just come around with their buckets of food, like literal buckets. And they just serve you a little bit of everything, and I think by the end of it you get like 20-25 little items on your leaf, and yeah, you just eat it. You like, I don't know, it's just the best. So yeah, that was great.
Yeah, and I think it's really nice that they found each other, and I don't know, I think to me the wedding was very emotional aside from all the sunstroke, because yeah, it's really nice to I've seen them as a couple as being very like casual. They don't really behave like a couple. They're not cute. They're just very like functional everyday couple. But to see them like take this seriously and see them be like a little bit mushy and disgusting, but still it made me feel like, okay, maybe like love does exist. I'm generally a very cynical person. I'm like, I don't believe in soulmates and things like that. But yeah, there was something about the wedding that just kind of like reinvigorated my faith in like love and the institution of marriage and its symbolism, what it means to you, and like, yeah, whatever, like not everyone else, but how much it can mean to you to declare it to everyone that you know.
That's why you're next.
Oh my god.
But I think, yeah, this should be it for this episode. That was quick. Oh my god, we should really do this more often. I don't know why. Like, it's so easy. Just pick up the phone more often. It's so annoying.
Oh my god, okay, can we cut all of this, please?
No.
That's why your next is so cute. It's like, that's all, folks, you know, like.
You think? I don't know. Let's see.
Yeah. Well, that's our episode. I'm
That's
Big Sist.
I'm Lil Sist. And this has been a Sisties podcast.
Sisties.
Thanks, Paul. Bye.